Hey everybody, in this particular video we're going to go over self and parent, and so it's really important to understand this. This is probably something that you're going to need, especially if you're a designer and you really want your Power applications to be dynamic, and this really comes into play when you're getting into mobile applications and you want to create really cool effects like menus. You're going to need to definitely master self and parent and understand the difference. So parent is what it sounds like. Parent is like the parent object. Self refers to the object itself. So let's put this into context. I have a label here, so I'm just going to call this, as I always do, LBL example. Okay? So LBL example is an object. Well, what is the object? It's a label object, and the label object has a bunch of different properties in it, as you know. One of them is the text property, which is the value that's shown to you in the text box or the label. One of the things that we can do by using self, we can access any of these properties by using self and then the dot operator that we showed you earlier. So let's use the operator self. Okay, and then let's use the dot operator, and see, I can get access to all of the properties. And so I can bring back value-wise any of these properties. Now, one good example that you'll definitely use if you're trying to do dynamic and make things work, I can bring back the width. Okay, and so 450. Whoa, let me just change this to 50. Okay, so now this value is referring to the object's width. So as I make the width of this label, you can tell that it's going to change as soon as I release it. So I press, hold, click, and drag, and then let go. Press, hold, click, drag, and go. So it's now wired together. So when I change this, one property impacts this property because I've left this as dynamic. I didn't make it static, which means I didn't just put in here, whoops, come here. I didn't just come in here and put 455 or some number there, right? I made it dynamic. I referenced self. So that's one object, right? And so let's do something else. Let's insert a container, and let's make the container background gray. Okay, so we'll move this container. Let's Control X. Let's click on the container, Control V. So we're putting now the label inside the container. And now, if I do parent dot there we go. Here, we'll just do W for width. I get 500. Okay, so let's move this container over here, and let's make the container itself bigger. And see, I'm not even letting go. I'm pressing, holding, and dragging. And you can see that this changes. Now I can come over here and change this, and see, nothing's happening. I'm dragging, I'm letting go, dragging, letting go. And the reason parent works is if you use this tree view, this will let you know exactly what's going on. So this object, which is the label object, its parent is in the hierarchy structure. So think of a family tree. You have your parents, then your children, but sometimes your parents have parents too. Those are grandparents. So in that case, the screen is the parent or the grandparent. The parent is the container, and the example is the child. So when I reference parent, I get here. Now there is no grandparent operator. If you did want to, for example, get the screen's width, then you would just use the app operator as we showed you out earlier. So it's app.activescreen.width. And now I can get the width of the entire screen. Now, the screen, I can change the width of it, but I'd have to come over here into the app properties and go into advanced, and I think down here, can I change it here? No, I can't change it here. I think I'll have to go and change it at the application area, which would be in the settings area. Anyway, but I've digressed. So that is it for this video. That is parent and that is self, and that is how you will look at it and think of it in ways that you can access other properties, either in and of itself and or of the parent. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.